Homelander has lost control again, and in an instant, an innocent civilian is reduced to ashes. He gives a thumbs up to the grieving family, as if eliminating a person is just part of his daily routine. But what he didn't expect was that everything was caught on camera.
So what, they're all starving, but one of them's got a fucking cell phone?
The video quickly spread, and a huge storm erupted online. When his assistant stood in front of him with a live camera, he realized things might actually be serious. Outside Vought Tower, thousands of protesters had gathered, shouting for justice. Homelander's confidence began to waver, and he angrily snapped at his assistant, growing more and more agitated. Just then, Congresswoman Newman was on stage calming the furious crowd. Suddenly, Homelander descended from the sky, interrupting her speech. The crowd immediately fell into a deathly silence. Homelander grabbed the microphone, and with his usual heroic charm, he began to speak. If you fought alongside our elite soldiers like I do, you would understand that true freedom comes at a cost. But as Homelander rambled on, someone in the crowd stood up and shouted, "You don't represent all of us." That one shout shattered Homelander's confidence in an instant. His words lost their power. Homelander's eyes turned blood red, and he activated his deadly laser vision, aiming it at the crowd. However, just as he was about to unleash his superpower, the camera suddenly shifted, and he snapped back to reality, realizing it was all just his fantasy. A wave of disappointment hit him, and he silently walked back to Vought Tower, sitting alone in a corner, his face twisted into a maniacal grin. But Stormfront seemed to have anticipated everything. She pulled out her pre-prepared social media recovery plan. In less than a few hours, the public opinion on the internet completely shifted, and Homelander's approval ratings skyrocketed. At this point, Stormfront didn't wait for Homelander to respond. She pinned him to the wall and kissed him. Homelander's eyes lit up instantly, and he tried to attack her with his laser vision. Stormfront remained completely unfazed, her indifference leaving Homelander stunned. In that intimate moment between two madmen, Starlight quietly snuck into Stormfront's room, only to discover a secret even more terrifying than she had imagined. To defeat Homelander, Butcher formed a small team. But just then, Starlight arrived and checked Stormfront's computer, where she found that Vought International had been secretly funding a mental institution called Sagebrush. There were definitely some dark secrets hidden there.